I know. You must be wondering how and why I'm in this psychiatric facility. But I promise, I'm not mad. I've seen mad people here. I've listened to them scream at invisible enemies, hit their heads on walls, even try to eat soap. I'm not like them. So please, just hear me out. This story picks up 1 month after I got that strange letter. You remember, right? The one that appeared in my house days after Labubu killed my roommate Amaka and left me holding the body. The one that simply said, "Welcome, I've been waiting for you." Yeah, that one. A lot happened after that night. Too much. Amaka's burial came and went. I went, not because I wanted to, but because I needed to. I stood near the back, watching the crowd cry and mourn. The casket looked so small, so wrong for someone who used to talk so loud and laugh so big. After the ceremony, I walked up to her parents. I just wanted to say sorry, something, anything. But they barely looked at me. Her mother turned away, and her father just shook his head and walked off, like I was a stranger or worse, the one who killed her. That day broke something in me. I realized nobody was ever going to believe me. Not the police, not her parents, not anyone. So, I did what most people would do in my shoes. I left.
If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please support us by hitting the subscribe button, like, share, and share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks.
I moved to another state, Abeokuta. It was quieter, slower. I needed that. I got a new job too, at a fashion company called Efunys Wears. You might have heard of them. They used to collaborate with Amaka back then when she was gaining followers with the Labubu toy. When I saw the job offer, I paused, but something in me said maybe this was a second chance. A way to start again. A way to leave the past behind and finally breathe. And for a while, it worked. I worked as a product analyst and sometimes modeled for the brand. The pay was good. I moved into a comfortable apartment. And slowly, I stopped dreaming about blood and chains and red eyes. 3 months passed just like that. I was doing okay. I really thought the worst was over. But I was so wrong. So wrong. It started with something small. One night, I was at home working on my laptop. I was reviewing customers' comments on our latest collections. It was late and I was tired. At some point, I must have dozed off. But what happened next? I still don't know if it was a dream or a trance or something else. I found myself in a dark room, empty, cold. There were no windows, no doors, just 4 walls and silence. And then, a sound, a soft cry coming from a shadowed corner of the room. I stepped closer, slowly, and then I saw her face. Amaka. She looked terrible. Her hair was scattered, her clothes were torn, her body chained. Tears rolled down her face. I froze. Amaka, I whispered. She didn't speak at first, just stared at me with eyes full of fear. Then she said, in a voice that didn't even sound like hers, "It's coming for you." I stepped forward. "What do you mean?" "You are next," she whispered. "You are already marked." Before I could ask her anything else, my eyes snapped open. I was back in my room, laptop still open. It felt like I had only blinked. Then my phone buzzed. I checked it, still trying to make sense of everything. There was a new message. "I am back. Miss me?" My heart jumped. I stood up, scanned the room. Nothing, but I knew what it meant. Labubu. It was back. The next day, I went straight to the police. I told them everything again. I even showed them the message. They looked at me like I was wasting their time. One of the officers chuckled and said, "So, you're saying a toy is texting you now?" I left, and I knew I was on my own again. But this time, I wasn't going to die like Amaka. I wasn't going to wait to be the next victim. So I prepared. I bought a gun, legally, registered. I also reinforced my doors and windows in my apartment and started sleeping with lights on again. For a few days, I felt safe. But safety is a lie, because just when you think it's over, that's when it begins. A week later, we were invited to a company board meeting. They said Efunys was expanding into merchandising, new perfume, new bags, and new toys. And then they said it. "We are launching our own line of Labubu dolls." I swear, my soul left my body. They explained it like a business strategy. "Labubu is hot right now," one board member said. "We'll ride the trend before it dies." Then they said something else. Because I was the top model and product analyst, I had been selected to take the first sample home, to test it, to model with it, to analyze and give feedback. They were smiling. I was dying inside, but I couldn't say no, not without sounding crazy. So I nodded and smiled and died again inside. That Friday, the package was supposed to arrive, but I didn't get it. I called the office. They said it was already sent. Still, nothing. Saturday morning, I opened my door, and it was just there, sitting neatly at my doorstep. But no delivery guy, no knock, no footstep, just sitting there. I stared at it for hours. I didn't want to touch it, but eventually I had to. This was my job now. So I brought it inside, opened the box, and froze. It was the same one. The red eyes, the sharp smile, the exact same Labubu that killed Amaka. Something in me snapped. I took it to the bathroom, filled the toilet with water, and held it down. I wanted to see if it would react, fight back, but nothing. It just sat there, still, silent. After a few minutes, I relaxed. Maybe it wasn't that Labubu. Maybe it was just a coincidence. So I set it on top of my washing machine to dry. and went to bed. Lights on, of course. When I woke up, the lights were off. That wasn't normal. I immediately jumped up, went to the drawer where I kept my gun, but it was gone. Then I heard it. Laughter. I turned around and there it was. Labubu holding my gun, laughing. Its voice was deep, wrong, and it said, "I told you I had a plan for you." I shouted, "What plan?" And it smiled wider. "You see." I didn't wait. I rushed it, tried to grab the gun, but it shot me right in my leg. I screamed, fell. The pain was white hot. It dropped the gun, laughed again. I wondered why it did that actually. Only later did I understand what he did. But this time, I got to it first. I picked it up and I shot that demon. Once, twice, 5 times, 10, until the clip ran empty. It stopped moving. I laughed through my pain. I thought it was finally over. But then the police came. Neighbors had heard the gunshots. They barged in, found me bleeding on the floor, and a toy destroyed lying on my bed. They looked confused. They asked what happened. I told them the truth. I said, "I killed the toy, the one I warned you about. It shot me." They didn't say anything. They just looked at each other, and that was the last thing I remembered. I woke up in this facility. The diagnosis: paranoid schizophrenia. The case report said the wound on my leg was from a fall, that there was no evidence of any bullet ever fired. They said I had a breakdown, that the Labubu toy was just plastic, that I imagined everything. But I know the truth. I'm not mad. Labubu had a plan, and this was it. To trap me, to silence me, to make me look crazy. But I'm not. And now I've stopped taking their drugs. I'm getting stronger again. And when I leave this place, I'll find it. I'll end it. Or maybe I'm really going mad. Maybe this is just trauma from losing Amaka. But something inside me says you're not crazy, Chika. You're just next.
For more interesting and amazing stories like this, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and thanks for watching. We love you.